Ethics and yoga. So traditionally, ethics has been a big part of yoga. There's 2 of the 8 limbs of yoga associated with it. Generally in the modern world though, what we call yoga, modern postural yoga, means asana, means the physical practices. So the ethical side can get a bit lost, it's not really covered, it's sort of given lip service. So an idea is to recombine ethical practice with the asana practice. I think many yoga teachers have a sense of this, so here's just my take on this, my ideas. So what do I mean? Well, let's take kindness, right? Like real basic one, non-violence or kindness. Am I doing my yoga a bit violently? Yeah. So I'll give you an example. Let's something simple like, let's say, I don't know, a twist, right? So I'm in yoga and I'm doing a twist, and there's a point where I go, okay, that feels kind. And by kind, I don't mean easy. It might be that kindness is a challenge, so it becomes an inquiry. Like some days are a little bit of a challenge, yeah? And this could be a stretch. I'm just using a twist because it's straightforward. It could be kindness is a little bit more of a challenge that I'm habitually inclined towards, or often in the pushing, stressful, yang modern world, a bit less. Yeah, so practicing kindness in every twist, in every stretch, you know, like, is it kind to be here? Well, actually, maybe I need a bit more of a challenge today, or often a bit less. Yeah, often a bit less. So am I being kind to myself in that practice? Another one might be honesty, right? So we tend to think of honesty as not kind of lying, but I'd say another level of that is not deluding ourselves. Yeah. So, you know, is this how far I can go? Well, I can go kind of, you know, I can put my head down and start doing it, but then my form goes to shit. And I'm not being honest about the level that I'm at, the position that I can honestly get to, right, in my particular embodiment today. The same with a twist. So again, you know, I'm doing the twist and it's like, okay, this is honest. And then there comes a point where I start losing the form. You know, one of my butt cheeks comes off the floor, my breathing stops. That's a really good sign when you're starting to be dishonest in your body. And I go, yeah, I'm doing it fine. Yeah, I'm following the instructions. And am I still doing yoga? I would say no, right? At that point, it's not only a little bit violent, but it's a little bit dishonest. So what else do we have? Intoxicants. Well, what does that look like? Well, I would say like using yoga as a drug. I'd say I'm using some of the Buddhist ones here as well. I'm a Buddhist myself. So in terms of like using yoga as an intoxicant, as a sort of spiritual getting high, or just the endorphin buzz of doing lots and lots of hard practice, that might be another one to watch out for. Sexual restraint. So I would talk about sexual enjoyment and restraint. So for me, often I'm in a yoga class and I'm surrounded by beautiful people. Yes. And now instead of pretending that's not the case or ignoring that or pushing it down and it comes out in some sleazy yoga behavior, we could actually just go, right, there's beautiful people around me. I find them attractive. Breathe, enjoy the sensation, do not go into fantasy and don't act upon it. Now, of course, in yoga class, you're not gonna like grab someone, I hope. But what you might do is have like a cheeky look. Yeah. Now it's a little bit vulnerable to say this because it's very easy in yoga class. You're there and you're doing maybe you're, I don't know, doing a plank or a downwards dog and you look up and you're like, oh, look at that amazing ass. I mean, no, okay, right? So not to shame yourself or to deny that feeling, but actually to be really clear on this. And this is something I've learned from some of my Muslim friends actually in Brighton where I live. It's got some sort of liberal Muslim friends. And they'll say, look, they're not like hardcore, like you might imagine, but they'll say, I just won't look at women that way when they walk down the street, and if they see a woman they're very attracted to, if it's not their partner, they'll avert their gaze, yeah? And that's something I think we can all practice. It's both enjoying the feeling of being around people we're attracted to and also letting go of that and not acting on it in thoughts or in little glances or where we position our mat at the beginning of class or whatever it is. So what have we covered? Intoxicants, sexual immorality, non-violence, truthfulness, stealing. Another one there might be your ethics around coming to class. Like if you come to class a bit late, in a way you're disrupting that class for other people. Yeah, so working on your integrity around making sure you're there on time, that you're not disrupting it for other people by coming late or, I don't know, leaving in the middle of Shavasana because you've got this appointment you really need to get to. So there's little ways we can practice integrity in yoga as well. The main one for me though is kindness, like in my postures. Am I practicing kindness? Am I practicing honesty in that? I know I've missed a few other things out in the kind of classical yoga one, but hopefully that gives you an idea of how we can actually combine our experience of going to a yoga class and also the actual asana themselves and actually make that a practice of ethics.